Welcome back, folks. First impressions. How do you make them? Well, let me start by saying this. If you want your first impression to show that you're someone who's likable, someone who's trustworthy, someone who's dependable, that's what this video is about. Now, you may want to make a first impression of a different caliber. Maybe you want people to fear you or something like that. Not for this video. We could do one like that down the road, but it would be a different approach, of course, that you would take. So let's start off with first impressions here. You know, the reality is we make first impressions within the first 8 to 10 seconds of meeting another person. We think it's an instinct. We think it's our aura. It may well be something inside us with that fight or flight where we feel this is a person I can approach. This is a person I really can relate to. Or this is the person that, like, you know what, I want to sort of steer clear of. Okay, so knowing that about that part of our instinct, we got to take advantage of that to put our best foot forward right away. So some things that I could suggest to you that have worked for me over the many years that I've been on this earth. Okay, first, good eye contact. I'm not saying glare at someone, stare at them, but hold that eye contact certainly for a few seconds. When you put your hand out to shake a hand, you don't want to get your hand stuck and, you know, you give a soft handshake. You know what, one technique, and I've always talked about this, when you approach a handshake, if you put that index finger out in front, when they grab on, you will never get squeezed out. You will then close your hand after they grip. So you go in like this, index finger first, grip, and then you'll have a tight grip and you will not be dominated on that. Because let's face it, we want people to like us. We want people to trust us. At the same time, they have to respect us. Respect is very, very important. All right, that's what I'm going to talk about in terms of human dynamics and first impressions. Of course, how you dress, right? And how you smell are very, very important. They're part of us. They're part of how we conduct ourselves in society. And I'm going to talk to you about the best fragrances to give a good first impression. All right, number one, and these are not in any particular order, okay? Number one, this is from a Turkish house, okay? It's a brand Uniki, and it is called Crush on Me. This fragrance is an absolute beast, okay? But very, very pleasing notes. It will last all day. 2 sprays of this fragrance is all you need, mark my word. Starts out with some ginger, some lime, and some iris. Then you get that magnolia, and a dose of saffron will come in. You've got some rose. The caramel is really big here, okay? And some patchouli. Not a terrible old school patchouli, but a nice smooth patchouli is in here. And you've got some musks and amber. Every time I've worn this, I've received compliments, even from strangers. Who's wearing that? What, you know, is that you wearing this? All right, you're gonna get those compliments with this, but you must go sparse on the trigger because it will last all day for you. There's something pleasing and edible about it. And I find that a lot of people are attracted to sort of those gourmandy edible notes, and also some grapefruits and lavender as well. They tend to be very pleasing, but this is one you cannot go wrong with. You can get this online. A lot of the discounters have this, or get it right directly from Uniki in Turkey. They'll ship it to you, okay? That's how I got mine. All right, that's number one, but again, I'm gonna show you 5, and these are not in any particular order of my preference. The second one I'll talk to you about is Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, let me tell you this. It's a fragrance that I didn't want to like, you know, because of all the hype. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to try this thing out, and I'm not going to like it, you know, but unfortunately I do. And I can see why it is great for making a first impression. It is so smooth. You know, I had a birthday party for my, you know, was arranged for me, you know, few months ago, or not really a few months ago, actually about a year ago, quite frankly. But I thought, amazing fragrance. It was a Roja Dove, really crazy fragrance I wore. My good friend wore this. And guess who everybody was going to saying you smell great? It was my friend. Not my $700 or $800 fragrance I was wearing, but they went to him because of this. Okay, folks, you've got nutmeg, cardamom, grapefruit, you've got lavender, and I talked about lavender being very pleasing, right? Sandalwood, you have amber, some light patchouli, and some vetiver. A lot of notes. This is a really good fragrance. I hate to admit it. You will make a good first impression with this. There's one by Roja Dove Apex, which is very similar. And Kajal has one that is also very similar. I can't put my tip of my tongue on which one it is, but they also have one that's similar. But this stands out. It is a very, very good fragrance. Okay, the next fragrance to make a great first impression is this. It's by the House of Initio, okay, and it is Side Effect. A lot of you know about this, many will not. Look how beautiful this bottle is. They make fantastic bottles. This fragrance does stand out. It's one that I kind of knew I was gonna like it, and when I got it, like, yeah, I actually love this, and I do use it a lot. Okay, you've got notes of rum. You've got some tobacco and saffron on this as well, sandalwood, hedione, and you have some cinnamon in it, and I believe there's some oud in this as well. It is just so pleasing, so edible, and it is very mysterious. Not a lot of people are gonna have it because it is a little expensive. It's probably, I'm guessing, maybe in the 300s, okay, dollars in Canada. But I think it is, if you have that money or you get a sample, it is well worth it. Side Effect by Initio for fantastic first impressions. Next, we all know the house by Killian, right? That they're a cognac maker, and then they got into the fragrances and done a fantastic job. This is one called Black Phantom. Oh, what a crazy fragrance. Now, every single fragrance I've talked about so far can be worn by men or women, any gender doesn't matter. Okay, quite frankly, they're that caliber. Okay, Black Phantom, edible. Oh my God, for the winter, you wear this, you're gonna make a good impression in those first 8 seconds. Okay, what do you got? Rum again, all right? All these have rum for some reason. You have chocolate flavor in this. You have coffee, you've got almonds, you've got vetiver, caramel, and sandalwood. So again, gourmand-like, seems edible. Oh, you're gonna get compliments on this fragrance right off the bat. Don't overspray, because many people say there's some like sugar cane in it. Can't tell that, but it may be just my nose. But it's possible there is some sugar cane in this, and you put too much, you'll choke people out. It'll be just too sweet. So 3 sprays max of this. Fantastic, fantastic first impression. Last, but certainly not least, from the House of Bvlgari is Tygar. I want to call it Tygar. Oh, what an amazing, amazing fragrance. Look at this bottle. My God, this is, if you want to be feared, this is a weapon. But I'll tell you something, a great fragrance. It's interesting. They've got a number of fantastic fragrances in their private line, and I have a lot of them. This probably is my favorite because it does get the most compliments right off the bat. It's got those top notes that you want to smell. So grapefruit. And many of these fragrances I talk about have grapefruit. You've got ginger, you've got ambrette, you've got ambroxan. There's a lot of ambroxan in this, okay? There is, and they do it very well with this, all right? You've got musks, some patchouli, and vetiver as well in this. They have some other ones, Guian. I think there's some similarities, and I think it's called Aesop. There's some similarities, but this really stands out by itself. There's an Arabic house that did copy it, not the Spirit of Dubai, who has a Turath, but there's another one, I forget the name of it, but they also have a Turath, which is actually a cheaper version of this, but very, very close. But I think this is better. It will get you noticed. It's a big bottle, and don't shy away just, it's a House of Bvlgari, it's a designer house. They make some fantastic fragrances. I like the Bvlgari Man itself, the various editions. I do like them a lot. But this is from their niche line. I think it's around, maybe getting to the 400s or so, okay? But there are discounters out there. Just be careful which ones that you use. You want to make sure you're getting a legitimate product. So folks, there you have the fragrances that I would choose to make a great first impression. Remember this, first impressions are so important. You want to be liked, you want to be trusted, you want to be respected. These are the key things that you need for a fulfilling life, whether it be social life, whether it be in your career or with your friends or your extended family, in-laws, etc. All right, folks. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please like if you did. Leave your comments. I always respond to comments, guys, so please do that. Please follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm trying to build those channels and put some good content out for you there. If there's any topic, any fragrances you want me to review or speak about, please let me know. All right, folks, take care of yourselves. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.